Let's get to that clash on Super Sunday. Second versus third, Manchester City taking on Liverpool at the Etihad Stadium. Liverpool did the double over City on their way to the title last season. This time, though, City are on one defeat in 13 games, while Liverpool come into the match on the back of 2 wins.
Of course, it's a surprise, like lose a lot of games in a row, like happen or as a season, sometimes a momentum, but the reality, all the clubs are there except Arsenal, that is more consistent than anyone in terms of concede goals and no concede chances. It's tough, really tough, but season is so long, I try to be there, and we'll see what happens. But to be honest, I'm so excited and happy to leave what I'm going to prepare the game on Sunday. I'm looking forward desperately to play on Sunday again.
Right, so we've got another hour of Charlie Austin. Charlie, Pep says he's been surprised by Liverpool's form. Is that an attempt to just stop his players from getting complacent?
I think he's not the only manager, right? It's probably every manager in the Premier League is surprised by Liverpool's form. It's just they're coming up to play against each other. It happened when he was in charge a couple of years ago, or last year with Man City, the form that showed where they couldn't win a game. Now Liverpool are on that, but hopefully they've got off that, and that means the game come the weekend will be a spicy one. Not one of them where, like I said, listen, they both don't want to lose the game because that kind of puts them right on the back foot, one of them, but almost both of them go for it, and I think it'll be a spicy affair. But they've got the best striker in the world. Scored 18 goals so far. It's phenomenal, and that's the one. Can Liverpool keep Erling Haaland quiet?
Yeah, at the start of the season, we were thinking it might be Haaland v Isak, didn't we? We'll not find out about his fitness until tomorrow, of course. Despite criticism for Manchester City and Liverpool, it is second versus third still. Pep Guardiola last night called Arsenal unbeatable. I mean, is he really conceding the title, or is that just a case of, like Sir Alex Ferguson used to do, put pressure on the rivals?
He's definitely not conceding the title. He's putting pressure on Mikel Arteta and Arsenal. You need to remember they play at 5:30, also the day before the City-Liverpool game. And if Arsenal win, it's 9 points, 10 points in front of the loser of the weekend. Like that's the scenario that they're facing. But the pressure is on Arsenal. Do you look unbeatable at the moment? They don't look like they're going to concede a goal. 3 goals they conceded in 11 games. They've been phenomenal, and rightly so. They're top of the league. But Pep Guardiola knows what he's saying and see how they deal with the pressure.
Well, this fixture's been dominated by home wins. So since Pep Guardiola was appointed at Manchester City, it tends to have been mainly the home team that wins it. Well, there you go. It's won 9 and the 7 draws and only the 2 away wins. What do you put that down to?
Home, the comfortability at home, the dominance of home form of what it is, and not being beaten at home. I give credit where credit's due. Both teams don't lose many games at home, so just because in that top fixture where it's just a tough one doesn't mean they're going to get beaten. That's why you say there's 9 wins, but there's also been 7 draws. I wouldn't be surprised that it's a draw at the weekend.
Right, OK. Well, both teams battle on the pitch. Before that, let's get to the fans to fight their corner on this show. Sky Sports has partnered with for analysis, where passionate fans share their opinions on their club. If you want to represent your club, you can. Scan the QR code or visit the Sky Sports app for more details. Right, for Manchester City, we're joined by Aston Buckley, while in the Liverpool corner, it is Jamie Story. Good morning to both of you. Right, Aston, we'll start with you as the home side. Great run of form. It does seem like things are coming together, but who is this a bigger game for?
I think it's the same level for both sides. I don't know if for Liverpool, if they feel they do lose this one, then that is them out of the title race. I would say, though, from a City and Liverpool point of view, and I'm sure Liverpool fan will agree with me, I'd rather be 10 points behind Arsenal than 10 points behind Liverpool. I think they would rather be 10 points behind Arsenal than 10 points behind City. I think that is the reality of it. That's not us being, overconfident, I suppose. That is just, history repeats itself with Arsenal a little bit, doesn't it? How many times have they finished second? So it's a big game for both sides. I think a draw probably suits Arsenal as well, but it suits both City and Liverpool. Neither team want to lose this one.
Yeah, Jamie, after the week you've had, are you feeling a bit more confident now?
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, the Villa game, I think there was some improvements that we definitely could have seen, but then going into the Madrid game, you kind of had to be perfect, and we were. So I feel going into the City game, we're going to need to be nearly perfect again, because, yeah, this City team, although maybe this City team and this Liverpool team aren't as strong as when they were going for titles a few years ago. And they still have a lot of quality, and obviously, as Charlie said, they have the best striker in the world at the minute, so we need to keep him quiet to have a chance.
Aston, last night Phil Foden was phenomenal. We spoke about him earlier. Scored the 2 goals, brilliant. Looks like he's getting back to his best, what England fan wants to see, Manchester City fans want to see. But it's so important for him to chip in with the goals and perform the way he is to help Erling Haaland, and then that just adds another part of dominance towards Man City on their way of getting back to their best.
Yeah, I mean, the big question with City has been who scores the goal if Haaland isn't scoring the goals. I suppose the answer could be Phil Foden. We know he can do it. He's done it in the past. What I've liked about Foden this season, I feel like he's back to his best, but I think he's actually getting better than that season where he was at his best, because he's playing a much deeper role now. We're used to playing him in the 10. I think that'll help him in terms of getting in the England squad as well, playing as a sort of an 8. And in the Bournemouth game at the weekend, the amount of ground he covers, he was covering for Doku on one side, he's covering for Savinho on the other side, or Shirky. I think he's taking his game to another level in terms of work rate and playing a deeper role. And teams seem to want to press City a little bit more this season in terms of not sitting back quite the same. So Pep's sort of deployed him in a deeper role, and that's really working for Foden. And we know he's got goals in his game. I mean, the two finishes last night were absolutely fantastic. That is vintage Phil Foden.
Jamie, it seems like when we speak to Manchester City and Liverpool fans over the past week, the Manchester City fans seem to be more confident that they can win the title than Liverpool are. If you lose on Sunday, is that it for you?
Yeah, so we lose. Yeah, I think right now my objective from a Liverpool fan point of view is just about obviously staying as close to Arsenal as possible. I think right now they're not really showing any vulnerabilities. I'd say Man City are probably the same. They're not showing any vulnerabilities, so you need to be able to just kind of stay in touch with them, and then hopefully then later on in the season we might start to see some of the frailties like we have in the past. But yeah, I think if we lose on Sunday, it'd be very difficult to come back. But I'm confident going into Sunday. I think this Liverpool team, they have their confidence back, and I think they won't fear anyone right now.
Jamie, going back, you're confident about going in the weekend. Liverpool against Madrid. Conor Bradley was brilliant playing at right back. He had a phenomenal game, and so did Florian Wirtz. But do you expect both of them to play come the weekend? Or do you think Conor Bradley will play and Florian Wirtz will, like we've seen previously in Premier League games, that he'll go to the bench in the big games?
Potentially. It's interesting because Arsene Wenger actually talked about it in post-match against Madrid. When Florian Wirtz came in, he was obviously guaranteed the 10 position, and Liverpool had to break up their midfield. Now, obviously, it hasn't worked out in terms of him playing in that 10 role, and maybe shift him out to the left where he get a little bit more space. He can come into the centre of the pitch if he wants. He's kind of a little bit more difficult to mark from, say, the right back having to shift. So he had his best game for Liverpool against Real Madrid in probably our biggest game of the season so far. So I wouldn't be surprised if he does start and maybe kick on with that confidence. But the good thing with Liverpool right now is we obviously have different options. So like you can maybe put Gakpo on the left, or you can bring him off the bench. Chiesa's there as well. Salah had a good game against Madrid. And then yeah, I'm happy with how things are going right now, and I think Florian Wirtz will obviously take a lot of confidence from that game against Madrid to hopefully maybe kick on and potentially get his first goal this weekend against City.
Yeah, well, Wenger actually said that Liverpool had destroyed their midfield by putting Florian Wirtz in at number 10. Aston, Pep Guardiola also made some interesting comments. He called Arsenal unbeatable after last night's win. What did you make of that?
I think I agree with Charlie before. It's mind games, isn't it, from Pep Guardiola? He knows. I mean, City have been behind Arsenal by plenty of points before and come back. Arsenal have dropped away at the end of the season. I think it suits City. I think City prefer to be the hunters than the hunted. I don't think that suits Arsenal. I think that Arsenal don't like to be at the top. They've proven in the past they've been at the top, way ahead of City, and then dropped off towards the end of City. You know that City can put a relentless run in towards the end of the season, win 13 games in a row, and you're always looking over your shoulder thinking, oh, they might drop points in this one, and City don't, and they win, and they win, and they win, and that puts massive pressure on the team at the top. So I think that suits City playing that way. I think Pep's right with his comments. Arsenal might seem unbeatable at the moment. But, we're talking about sustainability of Haaland scoring all the goals. What about when the set-piece goals dry out for Arsenal? We know that if they didn't have set-piece goals, I think the stat says they'd be 17th in the league table.
But Aston, on that one, it's the same. Clubs have got to try and find a way to stop Haaland, right? But
correct.
The other 19 clubs have got to stop these set-piece goals. And everybody's struggling at the moment. And Mikel Arteta and the rest of his squad are finding a weakness in everybody else's game, how they defend set pieces, and they're taking full advantage of it.
Yeah, and credit to them for that. I mean, they're doing a great job of it, and you can see that other Premier League teams are following suit. All the teams playing long throw-ins now and trying to score from set pieces. I mean, from a City point of view, we're terrible at set pieces. We've got a new set piece coach who was a former Liverpool set piece coach a few years ago. We still don't look like we're ever going to score from one. But with Haaland, what does it matter? He's going to score all the goals anyway. And I mean, the players we've gotten behind him now. You said about creating chances for Haaland, with Shirky playing as well, who looks... I mean, the Shirky debate against him and Wirtz, I think that's ended pretty quickly now. The Haaland-Isak debate at the start of the season as well, unfortunately, has not gone Liverpool's way either, has it? Those players look completely different level to those ones at Liverpool. I think with those creative players behind Haaland, as long as he stays fit, City will, I think, be more sustainable with Haaland scoring than Arsenal set pieces.
Well, Jamie, we know the way the teams have got the better of Liverpool this season. Even Arne Slot has said that the way that teams play against them is something that he hasn't got an answer to. Does it make you more confident that Manchester City are not going to play with that direct style of play that has worked against you?
Yeah, 100%. I think I was surprised Real Madrid didn't do it a little bit. They obviously want to play more out from the back, but it suits Liverpool against the bigger teams where they want to obviously maybe impose themselves a little bit more within games. I think Man City will try to do the same, especially playing at home. They want to obviously play to their strengths. I think they might go a little bit more direct with Haaland up front because I think he's obviously capable for a physical battle. But even if you're talking about, like, say, the likes of Turkey and Haaland being better than Wirtz and Isak, they're only 1 point ahead of us, and we've had a crisis mid-season. So obviously the performances haven't been as good as what you would have hoped if that was the case. But yeah, I don't know. I'm confident going into the game. I think there's vulnerabilities from this Man City and this Liverpool team. It just depends who's going to expose each other most, and I think Liverpool might be able to do it to City more.
Aston, what do you think is your best front? I was going to say front three. What is your best front four that you want to start on Sunday? And Jamie, I'm going to ask you the same question straight after that.
Well, it's got to be Haaland first through the middle. I think Doku's got to be on the left. He's been unbelievable so far. Foden in behind in the 10 or in the 8 with him and Reinders playing together. I mean, the question isn't it really over whether Shirky plays through the middle and plays alongside Foden like he did against Swansea. He played that position, but against Bournemouth he played off the right. Although City are playing the wingers quite inside at the moment, and then the fullbacks overlapping. So I think Shirky should probably start off the right against Liverpool. I know his questions over his work rate. I think that will come with a bit of time. But what he offers in terms of output, his creativeness, I mean, it's crazy. He just seems to see a pass that not many do. So I'd go Doku, Haaland, Shirky and Foden as City's front four.
Where does Silva go in that formation?
I think he plays in the midfield. Either Reinders or Bernardo Silva, I think, play there. I think they sort of play that sort of bit more of a hard-working role, although Foden's been doing it as well this season. And then Rodri or Nico on behind in that midfield. I think City tend to play without a 10. It's more like 2-3-8s now.
Aston, who do you want to play? Who do you want to play? Haaland plays up top. Who's your three that play behind?
It is for me. It's Shirky, Foden, and Doku. I think there's other players to get in there, but I don't think there's anyone better than those three at the moment.
Okay, all right, Jamie, what's yours? We don't know if Isak's going to be fit. We won't know that until tomorrow morning. But even so, he hasn't been playing. So regardless, I'm assuming he's not in. Who would you have?
Yeah, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Or if it's not broke, don't fix it. I go for the same midfield and the same forward as against Madrid. So I play Foden Wirtz off the left. I play Ekitike up front and then Salah on the right. And then obviously you have. I think the one thing with this Man City team is that physically, if you impose yourself on them, you can get at them. I don't think they're as they won't be as industrious as this Liverpool team. And I think that's what Liverpool's foundation has been over the last decade since Klopp obviously came in. So I think if you have Szoboszlai, McAllister and Gravenberch, then you can definitely maybe push City physically to obviously get at them defensively.
Jamie, if Isak was fit, let's just say he was fit.
Which he might be.
Yeah, which he might be.
No.
But if he would, let's just say he is, right? Fit, and this is what's happening, the form was going. Do you play him in the centre forward role, or do you play Ekitike?
No, I play Ekitike. I think the big question that keeps on being probably put at maybe Arne Slot or Liverpool fans saying, obviously we spent the big money on Isak, and I think his time will come, but the question is, how can you leave a big money striker on the bench? Ekitike came in for big money as well, and right now it's about playing your best team available, and if that is Ekitike right now, then Isak is going to have to bide his time. It's not like when you're at Newcastle when you have, say, Callum Wilson, who was in front of him last year, or whoever else that was, or Anthony Gordon up front. He just goes straight back into the team. He's playing in a team now where there's quality all over. He has Salah, he's Gakpo, he's Wirtz, he's Ekitike in front of him. He has to come in, bide his time, and then if he gets his opportunity, he take it, and then he'll come back into the team. But right now, I'd still go Ekitike, because even from before Isak came in, Ekitike has had a brilliant start to his career at Liverpool, and I think he deserves to be playing week in, week out right now.
It's only fair to end with a prediction from each of you, Aston.
It'd be safe to say 1-1, wouldn't it? That's the way sometimes these big games seem to go. I'm going to go 2-0 City. I think Liverpool have got problems in defence, and the best striker in Europe's up against them. Hopefully, he finds a way through.
Go on then, Jamie.
Yeah, well, I think Alan's coming up against one of the best defenders in the world, so I'm going to say 2-1 Liverpool.
Right, well, I've got a prediction that you're both massive Sunderland fans at 5:30 on Saturday. Aston, Jamie, thank you.
Cheers, guys.
All eyes on that big weekend, and this is the pinnacle, isn't it? Manchester City against Liverpool, Super Sunday. Watch it live from 4 p.m. kickoff. Welcome along, second versus third, live on Super Sunday. Manchester City taking on Liverpool. But who needs the win more, Charlie Austin?
I'm saying it's not who needs it more, it's they both don't want to lose.
Yeah, a must not lose for both clubs. We'll bring you some mind games from Pep Guardiola as well this hour. We're asking you if Phil Foden should be back in the England squad this week. Vote on our poll on X. We'll look at who else is making a claim to get into the squad.